Illinois Tech men's volleyball action getting ready to take place here at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Illinois, as the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks get set to begin this triangle here against the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Chris Rouse here on the call as you see the two teams getting ready to take the floor this Saturday afternoon here in Chicago. The Scarlet Hawks in their red uniforms. Of course, the Purple Raiders in the purple uniforms. Both teams, of course, appropriately colored in this matchup here with the Scarlet Hawks in the scarlet. I know I make that joke sometimes on the men's soccer pitch or the women's soccer pitch with the blue jerseys, but Jelani Komodo will serve it to begin us here in Chicago. We're underway with Komodo with the set. Paul Henderson comes through with the first kill of the afternoon, and the point goes to the Scarlet Hawks. This is the first of 3 matches to be played here at the Keating Center. And the point to the Scarlet Hawks, 2-0 to begin the afternoon. Jelani Komodo on the serve. And the point to Mount Union as they get on the board. Substitution for the Scarlet Hawks, Alec Donald in. Aaron Armour to serve, the junior out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. And he serves it long. Into the hands of Riley Lake. And the kill to the Scarlet Hawks. And now a sub here as we'll get our first look of the afternoon as Zachary Bouse, the 5'11" freshman. He's the libero, replacing Donald. Outside hit here from Mount Union. Played on by Johnson for the Scarlet Hawks. Riley Late on the bump. And a kill right down the middle of the floor from Mount Union. That'll be Will Heaney. 6'5" junior comes through with the kill, makes it 3-2 Scarlet Hawks. Weig on the serve, and Weig serves an error, which gives the Scarlet Hawks a 4-2 advantage. Grant Cooper has had an amazing season here. Received a few conference accolades along the way this season on the serve here. And nice set over the net there for Mount Union. Heaney makes it 4-3 Scarlet Hawks as Mount Union rallies back. Within 1 here after the Scarlet Hawks jumped out to a fast start here. If you want to call that fast, of course, the early 2-point advantage. I just feel like when you're going by ones, 2 and 3 can be a fast start. Here's Johnson, here's Riley Late. And the hit over the net is good for Late as the Scarlet Hawks give themselves some slight breathing room here. 5-3 advantage on the board. Jackson Van Ingen to serve. Clean serve from Van Ingen. Blocked at the net by Komodo. Outside hit. And a dig for the Scarlet Hawks. Van Ingen on the dig. Great second effort at the top by Heaney. Riley Late sends it over. Heaney on the bump. Outside touch does not clear the extender from McClure. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. Pretty good rally there. I thought there was a stretch where Mount Union would get the kill, but Van Ingen was able to get the dig. And as a result, Van Ingen will now serve. 6 serving 3. And that'll turn it 6-4. Mount Union controlling the serve thanks to the service error from Van Ingen. Jack McClure, Massillon, Ohio, in a serve. 6'4" senior. Clean serve for McClure. Riley Late is blocked at the net. Looked like it was Bowler who blocked it. Bowler on the bump. Johnson for Komodo. In. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. Elijah Johnson should be credited with an assist there as he bumped that one perfectly in the middle of the net for Komodo. And now Elijah, the 5'9" sophomore out of Fort Worth, Texas, will serve. Blocked at the top of the net by Komodo. Riley late. Kept alive here by Mount Union. Nussdorfer. Komodo over the net. Kill for Jelani Komodo. 8-4 Scarlet Hawks. Mike Oswald and the Scarlet Hawks coaching staff fired up here on the sideline just to my right with a 4-point advantage here in set one. Grant Cooper on the dig. Komodo tried to send it over, unsuccessful. Coach saying don't get too cute. He did sort of try to two-hand dunk it if this was basketball. And now we'll get a violation on the Scarlet Hawks. Point to Mount Union. Double hit will favor the Purple Raiders. Jonathan Owen, the 5'9" senior out of Akron, in for the first time, and he will serve. Owen. Open hand serve. Not uncommon. But the first time we've seen it today, and the point to Mount Union. Not uncommon to see an open hand serve in volleyball at any level. But it just seemed like he was aiming to hit it short, but he just got it to the back line. Henderson and the hit over the net off of Camden Weig. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. 9-6 in favor of the Scarlet Hawks. Michael Bowler now to the sideline, as is Owen for Mount Union. Riley late serving, 9 serving 6. He hit Kozolak. Mount Union's number 6, knocked him to the floor. Oh, what a play by Heaney, reading, but it was just out of side. And they're actually saying it was a double hit. And that's unfortunate because I thought that was a point for Mount Union in real time. That was a nice play. Bit of a no-look tap from Heaney, but apparently he double hit it. So 10 serving 6 with late. A rocket of an open hand serve. Ball doesn't clear the extenders on the reception. 11-6 Scarlet Hawks. Mount Union wants to take time out to think about it. Their first of the set. 11-6 Scarlet Hawks. Will take a break. We'll be back with more after this. This is Illinois Tech men's volleyball here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Chris Rouse here on YouTube Live. I'll be here all afternoon for today's triangle volleyball matchup in men's volleyball, beginning here with the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks taking on the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Coming up next, these same Purple Raiders will be in action, and they'll take on North Central College. It'll be the Cardinals taking on the Purple Raiders. And then after that, I should say, the Scarlet Hawks will retake the floor and wrap up our triangle for the day at approximately 5:30 p.m. against North Central College. Right now it's 11-6 Scarlet Hawks as Riley late serves it over. That was McClure who had the reception, but it's Komodo who gets the block and the point. 12-6 Scarlet Hawks. Scarlet Hawks thoroughly in control early on in this matchup. Late with another rocket of a serve. Komodo on the block. Outside hit opportunities kept alive by Cooper. Middle of the floor, here comes Late. Komodo on the block off of Armour. Armour again, blocked again by Komodo. But the point to Mount Union as the ball did not come back over the extender off of the Scarlet Hawks. I'm assuming it hit Henderson if that's the case, because he would have been the outside blocker. And Heaney now to serve. 7 serving 12 as it gets deathly quiet here in the Keating Center. And the point to the Scarlet Hawks. I actually heard the Scarlet Hawks coaching staff say during the serve, it actually got pretty silent in here. It really did get pretty awkward. Felt like I was the only person talking here. Wouldn't be the first time. Here's Cooper. Henderson. Long hit. That looked like it was in, and it is a kill for Jack McClure. Riley late thought about letting it go. Unfortunately for Riley, the ball bounced just inside the line. Johnson for Van Ingen. Point to the Scarlet Hawks as Van Ingen gets the kill. A vicious spike right into the Mount Union double block attempt, but it falls right at their feet for the point. Henderson to serve. Van Ingen hits it off the net. Henderson has to get over the net. He does. Middle of the floor. We got a whistle and the point to the Scarlet Hawks as the ball did not quite make it back over the extender. 15-8. That was awfully close. That was a bit of a weird stoppage. We had a, and that, I think this play is gonna have to be a reserve here. Henderson was getting ready to serve, but there also was a ball getting ready to come back into the floor. And let's see. I think we're just gonna have Henderson reserve here of 15-8. There was a ball that had ricocheted back onto the floor. And a point to the Scarlet Hawks. So 16-8. There was 4 hits there against Mount Union. And it's been all home team here in set 1. Henderson. Kept alive by Mount Union, specifically Nussdorfer. Outside hit goes right past me here, but it's out of play as well. And a point to the Scarlet Hawks. Henderson gets it over clean. Outside hit for Mount Union, kept alive by Bouse. Interesting play at the net. Kept alive by Johnson for the Scarlet Hawks, but Mount Union can play it on. And Van Ingen blocked it with the elbow. Makes it 18-8, Scarlet Hawks. Scarlet Hawks having a lot of fun on that sideline. Henderson now to serve. Van Ingen keeps it alive. Cooper to late, blocked at the net. Weig on the block. Now here's Henderson who bumps it over. Received by Kozolak. Cooper on the block. Looked like it was out. It was. Point to Mount Union. And so Mount Union will finally get control of the serve. Trailing by 9, 18-9. And now the Scarlet Hawks number 9 on the reception. Henderson for the kill. Out of play. Point to Mount Union. Purple Raiders finally getting to double digits. Camden Weig on to serve. Weig serves it long. 19-10 in favor of the Scarlet Hawks is now Grant Cooper. He'll serve it for the Scarlet Hawks as they look to extend their lead and take set 1. Cooper over clean. Ball blocked at the net. A nice spike by Bowler. Van Ingen's spike results in a kill. 20-10, Scarlet Hawks with the advantage. That was a nice play at the net, too. They had a block with the Scarlet Hawks. Kept the ball alive, allowed them to reset, and then Cooper got the kill. Cooper serve right into the net. 20-11, the score in favor of the Scarlet Hawks, but 11 serving 20 with Nussdorfer back to serve, number 11 for Mount Union. Serves it over to Late. Riley Late on the hit. It was deflected, and the point to the Scarlet Hawks. Great eyes by our floor official, Mallory Roberts, as she was able to see the deflection. And now here is Van Ingen. Van Ingen. Here's Grant Cooper, sends it long. And a backhand tap and a kill. That we saw that earlier from Heaney. And they said Heaney double hit it. This time the hit is good. 21-12. 12 on the serve. Jack McClure serves it straight into the net. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. Ten-point advantage. 22-12. Elijah Johnson serves it to the Purple Raiders. Based out of Alliance, Ohio, is the University of Mount Union. They've made the trip here to Chicago, and right now down 22-13 in set one, but in control of the serve. A chance to try to rally back, at least cut into the lead. Definitely an uphill battle. If you're Mount Union here at this point of set one, see if you can try to rally off 5 straight. That at least get you to 18. That'll help the cause, 22-14. Try to get this down. What I was going to say, you want to try to make it about 22-18 before Illinois Tech gets on the board. Then it seems a little bit more manageable, but then you're still playing with only 1 point to give, and you just gave one up as now Owen serves it right into the net. (23-14). Riley Late to serve for the Scarlet Hawks. Late on the serve. Received well by Armour. Armour will now go for the kill, and he's successful as the ball just bounces past us here at the table. And the point to Mount Union. (23-15). Here's Heaney. Heaney sends it over to Donald. Komodo looking for the kill, kept alive. Johnson outside hit for Henderson. Nice pass by Johnson. And then the kill this time for Heaney. That's twice. He was able to just sort of no look send it over the net and get the kill. Coach Mike Oswald shot up off the bench after that point. He was not happy what he saw out of his Scarlet Hawk roster. Johnson to Henderson. And the kill. 24-16. Set point for the Scarlet Hawks. But it'll be Jelani Komodo, the sophomore out of Alpharetta, Georgia. And a point to Mount Union. 24-17. Mount Union with Aaron Armour to serve. Kept alive by Cooper. Outside hit from Henderson. Chain swinging it all, but was not the golden hit Henderson needed to get the kill there. Cooper blocked at the net. Did it land in? It's out of play. Point to the Scarlet Hawks, and they take set one, 25-17 from the Mount Union Purple Raiders. We'll take a break. We'll be back with set two after this here on Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks YouTube Live. Illinois Tech men's volleyball here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Here on YouTube Live, Scarlet Hawks taking set one from the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Our set one scored 25-17. Scarlet Hawks entered today's matchup at 3-9 here on the season. It's coming after a loss on Tuesday. That was at the hands of the St. Xavier Cougars, a 3-1 win for St. Xavier here on Tuesday night at the Keating Sports Center. But the Scarlet Hawks looking to avenge that. Off to a good start here with the set one win of 25-17. Some key stats from set one: 11 kills from the Scarlet Hawks, only 9 from the Purple Raiders, 7 errors from Mount Union, and the hitting percentage also favored the Scarlet Hawks at 184, as opposed to just a 50% on the hitting percentage for Mount Union. So both of these teams having a hard time handling the ball, especially Mount Union. Some of those, like we said, 7 errors, but also 52% in terms of touching the ball here. We look at some of the 52%, in terms of the side outs, 13 of 25 in the matchup. We want the Scarlet Hawks 76% of the side outs, 13 of 17. Second set getting ready to begin now for Mount Union as Heaney will serve. Heaney had 3 kills in set one. He also had 6 assists. Actually, they changed it up. It was Armour who decided to serve, and it'll be the Scarlet Hawks getting their kill. Henderson now to serve for the Scarlet Hawks. And it's Peyton Kozolak who gets control of the ball there, and a kill for McClure. Jack McClure had 2 in set one, and he'll get his first here of set 2. Jonathan Owen in the serve here for Mount Union. 1 service error for Owen in that first set. One of the hardest serves he's had with that open hand serving style. And the point to Mount Union. The thing with Owen's serving style is not that it's necessarily the open hand. It's sort of like it's a stiff open hand. It's like, once the hand hits the ball, it's very solid. You know what I'm saying? Usually you see people go through the ball. And there's a kill from Van Ingen as he spikes it right in the hands of Armour. Tied at 2. Got to get Owen off the floor as he's usually in there to serve for Mount Union. Cooper. Kept alive by Heaney. And a kill this time from McClure. Opened the set with a kill. And now he picks that one up. So first and third point of the set to Mount Union belong to McClure. Johnson to Riley late on the outside. Nussdorfer keeps it alive. Outside hit. In the kill for McClure. Four serving 2. Clean serve. Johnson over to Van Ingen. Kept alive by Donald for the Scarlet Hawks. Riley Lake kept it alive for the Scarlet Hawks as well as he sent it over. And a violation. I think that was a double hit. Actually, they're going to say he lifted the ball. And it makes it 4-3 Mount Union, but the serve will be controlled by the Scarlet Hawks with Van Ingen. 3 kills in set 1 from Van Ingen. Also had a service error. Does not pick up an error here. I don't think that ball hit the net. That'll be 4. That ball hit the net. Went in point to Mount Union. I was trying to say I don't think that one went over the net. It hit the net. And it should be a 4th hit on Mount Union, and that is the case. High serve from Van Ingen. Opportunity to go for the kill from Bowler, unsuccessful. Henderson. And the kill from Mount Union. Heaney, assisted by Kozolak. 5-4 Mount Union. They have the lead here in set 2. But they trail in the matchup. 25-17 was the set 1 score in favor of the Scarlet Hawks. Service error evens our set 2 score at 5. Elijah Johnson to serve. Ball over clean. Bouse to Henderson. Blocked at the net. And the kill to the Scarlet Hawks. Right, I'm like, yeah, that was a bit of a confusion. You can see Mount Union. They were wondering how the ball landed on the Scarlet Hawks side, and then the Scarlet Hawks got the point. I was too. I was waiting on the violation call, and when the official didn't give the violation call, he realized he made a mistake, and the point goes to Mount Union. First time we've seen Max Kaiser and the junior, the 6'2 junior out of Lewis Center, Ohio, serves into the net to even our score at 6 apiece here in set 2. Into the net from late makes it 7-6 Mount Union. Will Heaney to serve. Scarlet Hawks jumping jack countdown begins. As now Heaney serves it over. You hear a few people saying, take your time. Komodo goes for the kill, and for good reason, Mount Union took their time. They end up with the kill and an 8-6 advantage. Will Heaney. Serves it over clean. Late into the net. Kill for the Purple Raiders, or actually, I should say point for the Purple Raiders. It's now to be, it's not even going to be assessed as a block. It's going to be assessed as 4 hits on the Scarlet Hawks, which means somebody got a double hit in there somewhere as Late tried to send it over. Johnson to Cooper. Ball hit long. Donald to Cooper, blocked at the net. Great block from Mount Union. Camden Weig sends it down. Bowler was there as well. Excuse me, not Bowler. Nussdorfer was there as well. And now the point to Mount Union. Heaney to serve. Heaney deflected by the net. And the kill for Henderson. Ten 7 Mount Union, with 7 serving 10 with Komodo. Sit over and down kill for Camden Weig, the 6'3 junior out of Goodyear, Arizona. Gives Mount Union a 4-point advantage here in set 2. The Purple Raiders versus the Scarlet Hawks here at the Keating Sports Center. Cooper gets the kill. What a hit by Cooper. He hit it off of a double block of Weig and Nussdorfer. Ball falls to the floor. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. Cooper. And the hit is good for a kill right through a double block. McClure makes it 12-8. And the Scarlet Hawks want to take an early timeout. 12-8 Mount Union here in set 2. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more here on the Illinois Tech YouTube Live. Live from the Keating Center in Chicago, Illinois. This is the Illinois Tech Men's Volleyball Triangle. Today you'll see 3 matchups here on the Illinois Tech Athletics YouTube Live. First, the Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. That's what you're watching right now. Set 2 action. Mount Union leading Illinois Tech 12-8 and controlling the serve with Jonathan Owen. The North Central College Cardinals will take on Mount Union in Game 2, and then the day concludes at approximately 5:30 p.m. That's a scheduled first serve for the Illinois Tech North Central College matchup to conclude our triangle. Johnson sets it up for Van Ingen, and Van Ingen gets blocked at the top of the net. (13-8) Mount Union. Jonathan Owen on the serve. And the point to Illinois Tech, 13-9. Substitution here for Mount Union. As now Grant Cooper comes in for Illinois Tech. Bouse to late. Kept alive by Kozolak. And that looked like it was just outside of the extender for Jack McClure. And that was the case. Point to Mount Union. Cooper. Outside hit. Cooper keeps it alive. Bouse to late. Outside hit from McClure is blocked at the top of the net. Ball high in the sky in the Keating Center. Johnson to Cooper. Outside hit for late. Johnson into Van Ingen. That off the hands of McClure. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. (13-11) to score. Grant Cooper now to serve. Cooper sends it over clean. Ball hit at the top of the net by Bowler. Off of Henderson and over into the seats. 14-11 Purple Raiders. That spike has some venom in it from Bowler right off the shoulders of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks defenders, recipients, whatever you want to call them. They couldn't handle the ball there. Points to Mount Union. Cooper's hit just outside the line. Makes it 15-11 Mount Union. Nussdorfer to serve. Nice high toss from Nussdorfer. Gets it over clean. Johnson to late. Blocked at the net by Bowler and Heaney. Mount Union makes it 16-11. Substitution here from the Scarlet Hawks. As now David Singer's going to come in. He'll get late out of the ball game. Here's a serve for Mount Union. Nussdorfer again on the high toss. Outside, point to Illinois Tech. 16-12 Mount Union. And now here's Riley Late. Jackson Van Ingen. Van Ingen to serve. Gets it over clean. Deflected by Singer. There's Van Ingen over to Johnson. Komodo. Kept alive by McClure. Singer to Johnson. Back to Singer for the kill. It's blocked. Johnson to try to send it over. Heaney goes over clean. And now Singer tries it for the Scarlet Hawks. Bowler blocked by Komodo. That's going to be a missed touch from Heaney. Heaney was trying to set it up to the outside for, I believe that was Nussdorfer that was charging in. But when Heaney hit it, the ball sort of died instead of giving it some air. And that'll give the points to the Scarlet Hawks. Van Ingen to serve. And that's right off the hand of Kozolak, who wanted to let it. It was sort of like he got caught in between, making the play and letting it go. And then when he made contact, he knocked it out of play off himself. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. Van Ingen to the back line. Bowler's kill is good for Mount Union, 17-14. Jack McClure to serve. Sends it to the back line. Donald to Johnson. Cooper hits it long. Out of play for a Mount Union point. McClure on the serve, and he gets an ace. That was an interesting ace. Because for the longest time, it looked like maybe Illinois Tech had a play. Komodo was trying to charge it, but was unsuccessful. Riley late back in for the Scarlet Hawks. Here replaced Singer. Now McClure to serve with a 5-point advantage. And he'll aid the Scarlet Hawks' comeback effort with a service error. Scarlet Hawks switch liberos with Bouse now in for Donald. Johnson to serve. Bowler tried to punch it over the net, unsuccessful. Outside hit blocked, but it is a point to Mount Union, 20-15. Max Kaiser back in for his second serve of the afternoon. (20 serving 15) as Kaiser sent it over clean. Henderson, what a kill off of Heaney, who immediately looked at himself and said, "That's on me," as the ball sort of got deflected between Heaney and Weig for Scarlet Hawks point. Riley late on the serve. Outside hit blocked by Henderson, and the point to the Scarlet Hawks. Bit of a late set 2 rally here from the Scarlet Hawks. Riley late to serve. Late sends it over clean. We got a run from Mount Union, blocked at the net. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. (20-18) the score. Late back to serve. And he sends it over clean. Outside hit. Kept alive. Henderson. Hit it off the hands of Mount Union. That was Armour who got a piece of it. And it's now 2019. Mountain Union, but the Scarlet Hawks within 1, controlling the serve. Outside hit, and a point for Mount Union. 21-19 as Mount Union gets some breathing room when they need it as well. Heaney to serve. Donald to Johnson, out to Henderson. Henderson couldn't quite get it back over the net. 22-19 Mount Union. Timeout Scarlet Hawks. They trail by 3 here in set 2. And they're going to see if they can find out how to solve the problem here against the Mount Union Raiders on the other side of this break. Action getting ready to resume here in set 2 between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Chris Rouse on the call. Mount Union with a 3-point lead, 22-19, and they control the serve. Heaney. He's had a pretty good set 2, has Will Heaney. As now Komodo sends it over. Heaney blocked by Komodo and in off McClure. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. Komodo to serve. And he gets it over clean. Ball played over the net. Komodo for Henderson. And a point to the Scarlet Hawks. Violation against Mount Union. It's 22-21. Quite the rally from the Scarlet Hawks here. Late in set 2. Komodo. Middle of the floor and a kill for McClure. 23-21. Aaron Armour to serve. Outside hit. Henderson gets the kill off his numerical counterpart, Kozolak. Makes it 23-22. Henderson with a service error at the worst time for the Scarlet Hawks, because now it creates set point for Mount Union here. 24-22. Mount Union is number 24 to serve. Owen. With that stiff serve again. Van Ingen. Oh, that was a laser by Van Ingen. But unfortunately for Jackson, it goes out of play and Mount Union takes set 2, 25-22. Well, we know we're going to go at least 4 here in the opener. Remember, this is the first of 3 to be played today at the Keating Sports Center. We'll take a break. We'll be back with set 3 action between the Scarlet Hawks and the Purple Raiders after this. You are currently watching the Illinois Tech Men's Volleyball Triangle here on YouTube Live. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks engaged in a battle here with the Mount Union Purple Raiders in our first match of 3 to be played today here at the Keating Sports Center. Chris Rouse here on the call, and here is our score recap to this point. Illinois Tech taking set 1, 25-17 from Mount Union. Mount Union winning set 2, 25-22. Coming up in game 2, win or loss, the Purple Raiders will take on the North Central College Cardinals. Remember, this is a triangle. It's not a tournament. It's a triangle. All 3 teams will play each other. So that means after this, somebody will be done. That'll be Mount Union. They'll be done after they play their 2, and then we'll conclude today with Illinois Tech and North Central at 5:30 p.m., approximately 5:30, because you never know how long some of these matches could go, but scheduled for a 5:30 start right here on YouTube Live. Game 2 of the day scheduled for a 3 p.m. first serve. But before we can begin game 2, we got to conclude game 1. And here we are in set 3 with Jelani Komodo on the serve. Outside hit for Nussdorfer. Blocked at the net. A solid block from Van Ingen. And a point for the Scarlet Hawks. Van Ingen with his second solo block of the day. He has 2 solos, 1 assist. Komodo hits it off the top of the Keating Center. Johnson tried to keep it alive, but unfortunately, when he pancaked, the ball hit the floor. Great effort. Our officials, Mallory Roberts and Antoine Jackson, right on it. That was Roberts who said, no, that hit the floor, and that clearly hits the floor for an ace. (2-1) Mount Union. Johnson for Van Ingen and a kill. Right off of the hands of Will Heaney. Heaney couldn't quite form his hands to bump him into the air, so the ball just dropped to the ground. The ball just dropped to the floor for a point. Van Ingen with a hit and a kill as that ball ricochets into the seats right to the North Central Cardinals. They'll be taking the floor next. They're actually over there stretching right now, getting ready for their matchup against Mount Union. Johnson on the serve. Outside hit and a kill for Jack McClure, 6'4" senior out of Massillon, Ohio. Owen over to Johnson. And the hit goes long out of play. Point to Mount Union. 4-3 lead. And now the serve will come from Jonathan Owen. Outside hit for Henderson. Blocked at the top of the net by Henderson, and the ball didn't make it back over the extender off the block. Point to Mount Union. Scarlet Hawks sideline chanting side out here. Owen, received by Donald. Johnson to Van Ingen. Ball sent over. Brian Evans in there for the Scarlet Hawks, number 10. And the ball bounces past Van Ingen and the aforementioned Evans for a 6-3 Mount Union lead in set 3. Van Ingen couldn't get the kill. Outside hit, point to the Scarlet Hawks. That's 4 hits against Mount Union. 6-4 Mount Union. Scarlet Hawks sub as Late comes out for Singer. And Cooper also replaces Evans because Cooper is going to serve. Grant Cooper threw 2 sets in his match. 2 kills for Cooper. And McClure with the kill for Mount Union makes it 7-4. Jacob Nussdorfer back to serve. And that's a service error. Point to Illinois Tech. 7-5 the score. But now it's Van Ingen to deliver the serve with 5, serving 7. Cooper to Johnson. Singer, what a play by the Scarlet Hawks. Good pass. Really started by Cooper on the reception. And Johnson with a perfect pass to assist Singer to make it 7-6. 6 serving 7. Van Ingen sends it to that back line for Mount Union. Cooper on the bump. Here's Singer. Kept alive by Kozolak. Blocked at the top of the net. Outside hit. Looks like it's long. They're going to say it's off the block. Off a deflection, I should say. 8-6 Mount Union. Here's McClure. McClure sends it out. Henderson. And the point to Mount Union. 9-6 score. And now we've got a conference with the officials perch over there. There's the official Jackson. Antoine Jackson having some words with the official, and the point to Mount Union. And now the conversation continues between Johnson and Jackson, Elijah Johnson of the Scarlet Hawks, and Antoine Jackson, our official. 9-6 Mount Union. And now Mallory Roberts is going to be called over to the perch. And so now this officials conference continues with Eli Johnson, and the Scarlet Hawks win the argument and get the point. A whole lot of confusion here these last few seconds within the Keating Center. Antoine Jackson was adamant that it was point Mount Union. Eli Johnson had a conference with him. Then Mallory Roberts had a conference with him. And the Scarlet Hawks won the argument to get a point. Now Matt Mihelic and Mallory Roberts are having a conference on the floor, as you can see. Mihelic is visibly upset. And Coach Mihelic and the official Antoine Jackson continue to argue. So Mallory Roberts really was just the official. Mallory Roberts just playing peacekeeper. Meanwhile, the Scarlet Hawks had the campfire on the sideline with the game ball. As now Henderson will serve. Singer, outside hit for Henderson. Kept alive. Blocked at the top of the net. Great effort to keep it alive by Armour, but the block too strong for the Scarlet Hawks. And we are tied at 8 apiece here. A pivotal point in the pivotal set. Henderson back over. Armour blocked by Komodo and Johnson. Johnson for Singer. And the point to the Scarlet Hawks off the deflection. 9-8 Illinois Tech. Let's see how Mount Union responds to this adversity here. Bit of a frustrating moment not too long ago. And an ace for Henderson. 10-8 Scarlet Hawks. Henderson. And a block by Komodo at the top of the net sends the Scarlet Hawks faithful to their feet. Nice round of applause there from some of the fans across the way on your screen and some behind me here. Middle of the floor, tapped by Singer. Singer again, and a point off the deflection from Heaney. And the Scarlet Hawks, just like that, have ripped off 6 straight points. Mount Union, I was waiting on it. They finally get it. Matt Mihelic will take the timeout. That controversial point has seemed to swing momentum. We'll take a timeout. Let's see how the Raiders respond on the other side of our break. (12-8) here in set 3 in favor of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. 6 straight points favoring the home team. But I have to be honest, it was a bit of a controversial point that has swung momentum in favor of the Scarlet Hawks. Thought it was going to be 9-6 in favor of Mount Union. But instead, after an argument from Elijah Johnson and also a bit of an officials conference, Illinois Tech won the argument and got the point back. And they've been the only ones scoring ever since. Singer to McClure. And the run continues for the Scarlet Hawks. Remember, it was supposed to be 9-6. It went back to 8-7 as a result. And now it's 13-8. Henderson gets Mount Union back on the board. First time they control the serve since that point. I have to admit, they seemed a little demoralized after that point. There was a bit of an argument between head coach Matt Mihelic and the official on the perch, Antoine Jackson, the official that's on the net perch. It's Henderson. Kept alive, Singer. Outside hit. Off the hands of Cooper, point to Mount Union. 13-10. Max Kaiser to serve again. And that's an error, not even close. That one went to Will Heaney, almost hit him in the back of the head. And 14-10. Scarlet Hawk substitution here as Evans comes back in to replace Cooper. A little bit of a round of a clap for Evans, bit of a round of applause from the Illinois Tech cheering section across the way. And a point to Mount Union, 14-11. Riley Late, number 14 for Illinois Tech, back onto the floor. But Will Heaney will serve. Heaney serves it over clean. Johnson bumped it straight into the air. Cleared over the net by Evans. Komodo on the block almost punched it down. Nussdorfer. Outside hit from Evans. He gets the kill. And there's another round of applause from Evans. One louder than the other. One was just for entry. This one for the point. 15-11. Kill from Nussdorfer. 6'6" junior comes through. 15-12 our score. Outside hit from Evans. Inside the line. Evans has come in just his presence has given Illinois Tech a spark. And some of the fans. Now Evans gets the kill. Johnson for Evans. Back outside hit. Bounce to Johnson. Henderson. That one goes over my head and off the stairs here at the Keating Center. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. 17-12, the score. Johnson sends it long. Service error belongs to Mount Union. Jonathan Owen back to serve. Owen sends it over clean, received by Donald. Johnson to Van Ingen, and a point to the Scarlet Hawks. 18-13 Illinois Tech. And now Grant Cooper, he'll come on to serve here. Illinois Tech in control late here in set 3. Up 5, Cooper sends it over clean. Blocked at the top of the net, Singer with a missed hit, and the point to Mount Union. Now Mount Union was up about 5 in set 2. Illinois Tech rallied back to make it interesting, but obviously with the score being one apiece, at least one set apiece, clearly Mount Union handled their business and went on to win set 2, 25-22. But a late set 5 lead is not out of the realm of possibility of a Mount Union comeback, although points like that will help Illinois Tech. Jackson Van Ingen. Outside hit. Van Ingen to Johnson. Singer over the net. And a kill for David Singer. Senior out of Oviedo, Florida. Makes it 20-14 Scarlet Hawks. 4th kill of the match for Singer. Here's Van Ingen. (20-15) Mount Union cutting into the lead, but still down, even with Jack McClure controlling the serve. McClure today has 12 kills. Also has 1 ace. I'm sure Mount Union would love to see him get a second ace. Instead of his second ace, he gets his 4th service error of the match. 21-15. Henderson serves it clean, middle of the floor. Bounce to Singer right in front of me at the table. Henderson keeps it alive. Heaney for Nussdorfer, and a point to Illinois Tech on the double hit. 22-15. Mount Union does have a timeout. Let's see if they use it after this point. Henderson over. Outside hit, and a point to Mount Union. 22-16. What a huge turn of events here in this 3rd set. Once again, it goes back to that point, which would have been 9-6 Mount Union. With that point being taken off the board, it became 8-7 Scarlet Hawks. Kaiser having some problems just bouncing the ball to himself. Komodo hits it long, got to play. And Mount Union will serve again with Kaiser. Kaiser. Back to serve. Sends it to the middle of the floor where Cooper receives. Outside hit for Singer. David Singer comes through with the kill. 23-17 Scarlet Hawks. Pair of subs for Mount Union. Coach Mihalik not using the timeout here. He's just going to play it on. Mount Union 5-3 on the season. And a back tap is good for Mount Union as Heaney with the backhand pokes it right into the scores table. 23-18 Scarlet Hawks with the lead in set 3. Heaney to serve. Heaney gets it over clean at Arnold. Johnson, outside hit for Riley Late off the hands of Heaney. 24-18. Scarlet Hawks with set point. As now Komodo will come in looking to put this set away for the Scarlet Hawks. Middle of the floor blocked. And a point to Mount Union. Camden Weig. Jelani Komodo would like to see his team close it out here as he comes off the court. Aaron Armour to serve. Received at the back line by Lade. Van Ingen with the kill! And the Scarlet Hawks emphatically take set 3. What a spike to close it out. 25-20 our score as Illinois Tech makes it a 2-1 lead in the matchup. 25-19 our score as Illinois Tech nonetheless with a 2-1 advantage on the scoreboard. Set 3 on the other side of this break. We'll be back with more here on the Illinois Tech YouTube Live. The Scarlet Hawks took set 3 and now look to close it out in this 4th set, which is upcoming here at the Keating Sports Center. This is the Illinois Tech men's volleyball triangle, match 1 of the triangle, here on the Scarlet Hawks YouTube Live, Illinois Tech YouTube Live. Chris Rouse on the call, where Illinois Tech has the lead 2-1 over the Mount Union Purple Raiders. 25-17 in set 1 for Illinois Tech, 25-22 for Mount Union to tie things up. But in set 3, it's 25-19 Illinois Tech. A huge spike for the final point as Jackson Van Ingen got the kill to allow Illinois Tech to close set 3. Now the Scarlet Hawks here in set 4 looking to get the win, and if they are to get it, would be their 4th win of the season. Scarlet Hawks 3-9, Mount Union 5-3 entering this matchup. And remember, the Mount Union Purple Raiders after this matchup will take on the North Central College Cardinals. And then, of course, concluding our day, Illinois Tech will take on North Central themselves. That matchup scheduled for approximately 5:30 p.m. right here at the Keating Sports Center. Set 4 about to begin, and it'll be Nussdorfer to begin it for Mount Union. Nussdorfer today has played in all 3 sets. He's got 5 kills. No aces on 9 serves. But he does have 2 errors. Make it 3. As that's how Illinois Tech begins set 4 with the advantage on the service error. 1-0. Johnson to Evans. And the point to Mount Union. We're tied at 1. Jack McClure to serve. McClure sends it to Donald. Johnson setting up for Van Ingen. Kept alive by Mount Union. Middle of the floor, Donald bumps it the wrong way and out of play. Point to the Preparators. (2-1) Mount Union. Looking to push it to a 5th in deciding set. But we got a long way to go here. 2-1 the score. First to 25. We got to win by 2. Speaking of 2, speaking of the number 2, our set is tied at 2 apiece. With now the Scarlet Hawks sitting Grant Cooper in to serve. High serve from Cooper, but a bit of a low contact when he actually tried to serve it. Like, nice high toss with the serve itself. A low liner right into the net. (3-2) the score. 3 serving 2 with Kaiser on that serve. Henderson thought he got the kill because he did get the kill. For a moment, it took a hop into the air, and Henderson sort of just watched it as we all did. And then the ball was mishit as it got away from the back line of Mount Union to tie the set at 3 apiece. Van Ingen. Serve. Middle of the floor touch. Kept alive by Johnson. Singer. Komodo to Henderson. Komodo goes for the kill. Bit of a mishit. Outside hit for Henderson. Blocked at the net. And the point to Mount Union. Looked like Camden Weig got most of that ball. Number 10. He's had a few blocks in this matchup, has Weig. Makes it 4-3 Mount Union. Will Heaney controlling the serve. Weig with 2 blocks, solos. That was his second solo block, or third solo block, and 1 assisted. Johnson to Henderson. Cooper. Looked like Weig got a piece of it, but it went the wrong way. So it took a strong bounce off the arm and out of play. Outside hit for Mount Union. Nussdorfer sends it over. Zachary Bouse. Singer and the kill. 5-4 Illinois Tech. Scholar Hawks with a 1-point advantage. Here's Henderson. And another service error. Five apiece on the board. Aaron Armour to serve. And the ball goes out of play again. 6-5 Illinois Tech. Teams trading bad serves here, service errors. Now 6-5. Singer. Singer gets into the air. And again, another service error. Point to Mount Union. Tied at 6. Pivotal point in the 4th set. Illinois Tech, if they win this 4th set, they win the match. And then they're off until 5:30 p.m. when they'll take on North Central. Mount Union gives up another point. Actually, no, they get the point. The ball is out, 7-6, in favor of the Raiders. Mount Union to take on North Central College coming up next here at the Illinois Tech Men's Volleyball Triangle. That match is scheduled for approximately 3 p.m. here at the Keating Center. Give the teams at least 30 minutes to warm up. And 7-6 score, or 7-7. Yeah, I think they misscored that. It should be 8-6. And now we just total confusion as the official Mallory Roberts is trying to signal to Antoine Jackson that I think the net extender was off, and now they're going to have to fix the net to get some of the members of the Illinois Tech event staff involved here. You're watching Illinois Tech men's volleyball right here on the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks YouTube Live. 8-6 Mount Union. And this is the first of our 3 games to be played at the Keating Sports Center this afternoon. I was going to say it's scheduled for approximately 3 p.m. North Central against Mount Union, and then Illinois Tech versus North Central scheduled for approximately 5:30 p.m. There'll be at least be a 30-minute warm-up session between each match, so you know you'll have that 30-minute break in between all matches this afternoon. Nussdorfer to the back line, and the point for Mount Union, 9-6 Purple Raiders. Timeout, Illinois Tech. And the Scarlet Hawks look like they don't want to waste any time. They want to put this one away here in set 4. They'll take a timeout to solve the issues that have been caused by Mount Union's attack here in set 4. We'll take a quick breather. We'll be back after this. This is game 1 of the Illinois Tech men's volleyball triangle here at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. Coming up next, the North Central College Cardinals will take the floor. They are 9-2 with an 8-match win streak. And they'll take on the Mount Union Purple Raiders following the conclusion of match 1 between Illinois Tech and Mount Union, where Mount Union currently leads set 4 9-6, but trails the match 2-1. Violation against Mount Union, or excuse me, Scarlet Hawks, point to Mount Union, 10-6. Scarlet Hawks get a timeout, and Mount Union able to jump right back ahead, or pick right back up where they were left off, and then the service error from Owen goes right into the net. 10-7. Komodo to serve. Henderson, outside hit. Johnson sets it up. Point to Mount Union. 11-7 score. Nussdorfer to serve. Bowler sets it up and a block. Good job by Will Heaney. Just sets it over the net. 12-7 Mount Union. Illinois Tech, remember, they only have one more timeout here in set 4. They've already used one. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Mike Oswald plays it from here. Johnson steps up for Evans. Johnson to Donald, outside hit. Blocked at the net and the kill for Mount Union. (13-7) Mount Union. Scholar Hawks make a sub here, which will bring Evans off the floor. And now Nussdorfer to serve. Bowler. Kozolak set it up to the outside for McClure. It was in the middle of the floor on the hit. Here's McClure this time on the outside for real. Henderson to late. Donald. The libero Kozolak set it up to the middle of the floor for Heaney, who set it off the net. Donald, outside hit for Henderson, blocked, and a point for Mount Union. Jack McClure with the block. Mount Union doubling the Scarlet Hawks on the scoreboard right now in set 4 at 14-7. Nussdorfer sends it up for Van Ingen, does Johnson, but his hit is blocked. Actually, it's out of play down the line. I think the officials had a bit of a miscommunication. They realized the ball landed, but it never went back over the extender, so the points of the Scarlet Hawks. Cooper is ready for the block, but the ball went to the outside for Bowler. Violation, point to Mount Union. 15-8. 7-point advantage for Mount Union. I feel that's probably been the largest advantage they've had today in any of the sets. I know Illinois Tech led by about 10, 22-12 in one of the sets earlier. Here's Grant Cooper. And it makes it 15-9 Scarlet Hawks. Cooper sends it over the net. Outside hit for Armour, got blocked, and it landed on Armour's side of the net. Scarlet Hawks get the point. 15-10. Mount Union still up here. It just seems like the match momentum has favored the Scarlet Hawks ever since that bit of a swing point back in set 3 where it should have been 9-6 Mount Union. We had an argument, a conference, and then an argument. And after all said was done, Illinois Tech ended up with the point, making it 8-7 as opposed to 9-6 in set 3. And then they rallied off 6 in a row. (16-11) Mount Union with their 16 to serve. Max Kaiser, the 6'2" junior. Sends it over to Donald. Johnson to Van Ingen, back to the server, Kaiser. Ball takes a long bounce out of play. Good effort from Nussdorfer, but that's going to bounce off the front row seats here at the Keating Center. Jackson Van Ingen. Sends it over. Komodo got a piece of it, but it fell at his feet. Point to Mount Union. (17-12) our score. As now Mount Union has Heaney to serve. Heaney sends it over clean. Johnson looking for Singer, and the ball falls short. 4 hits against Illinois Tech makes it 18-12 Mount Union. Serve coming here. But that'll come after a timeout from the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. 18-12 Mount Union our score. We'll be back with more set 4 action here at the Keating Sports Center after this. Can Mount Union force a deciding fifth set? We'll find out after this. Welcome back to the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Illinois. Illinois Tech men's volleyball here on the Illinois Tech YouTube live channel. Set 4 of our match getting ready to continue with Mount Union, the Purple Raiders, up 18-12 over the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Chris Rouse here on the call in Chicago. This is the first of 3 matches to be played here at the Keating Sports Center. It looks nice outside, but looks can be deceiving. Very cold and windy outside. That wind has been whipping the last few days. But still only in the low 30s as Henderson goes for the kill, but it's unsuccessful. Point to Mount Union. Will Heaney to serve. Heaney gets it over clean. Johnson to Henderson. Kozolak, his numerical counterpart, gets the ball and sets up a kill for Mount Union. Aaron Armour. Kozolak set it up. Armour executed the kill. Makes it 20-12. Komodo. And the Scarlet Hawks unable to get back to the ball after Komodo sent it over the net. Johnson tried to pancake forward but was unsuccessful with making contact. Will Heaney to serve. (21-12). Outside hit for Singer. That goes off the hands of Kozolak. Makes it 21-13 Mount Union. Scarlet Hawks now control the serve, but here we are basically where they were earlier, where they were down about 5. They were able to rally back. But Mount Union was also able to keep the points on the board like they were there in this situation. Like they did earlier, they repeated here in set 4, making it 22-13. Johnson for Singer. That one's going to come to the table. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. Good hands by Matt Mihelic, the coach of Mount Union, reeling in that loose ball. Outside hit for Mount Union, kept alive. Singer goes for the kill, and off the hands of Heaney. Makes it 22-15 Mount Union. And now Komodo to serve for the Scarlet Hawks, who trail by 7 in set 4. And I think Illinois Tech might have had an illegal substitution there, or maybe somebody served out of turn, I'm not sure. Trying to get official confirmation from the scorers here. As Mallory Roberts, the official, having some words with Mike Oswald, the second-year head coach here of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. And now a substitution here as late. So Layton's going to come in now for Singer. And so the point goes to Mount Union. What was the call there?
It was out of rotation.
So the serve was out of rotation for Illinois Tech as we get the confirmation. Thank you to our official, Mallory Roberts, for coming over and giving us the official word there. So Komodo was out of turn on the serve. Point to Mount Union. 23-14. Cooper blocked at the net. Cooper in the kill. Makes it 23-15, Mount Union. Komodo. Over the serve. Bit of a deflection. Henderson runs it down. Komodo bumps it over to Bowler for Mount Union. Middle of the floor. That's a good kill for Mount Union. That was a perfectly set up play. I thought Bowler was going to get the kill in the middle of the floor. Instead, it was McClure on the outside hit. And now set point for Mount Union as they're going to try to force a fifth and deciding set. Nussdorfer sends it over. Johnson to Cooper. That looks like it's long, but it is just inside the line, off of a deflection anyway. Point to the Scarlet Hawks, who, if they're going to win this fourth set, they're going to have to control the serve the remainder of the way. The 5'9" sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas, Elijah Johnson on the serve. Outside hit opportunity for McClure, blocked. McClure again. Blocked again. In for the Scarlet Hawks. Jackson Van Ingen with the block. Henderson was there, but I'm sitting right underneath the net, sort of. I can see the block. That was all Van Ingen on the contact. Johnson again. Can the Purple Raiders get the kill and win the set? The answer to the question is yes. What a play there by Jack McClure. The spike off the block. 25-17, Mount Union wins set 4. We will go to a fifth and deciding set on the other side of our break. Remember, in the fifth set, it is 1st to 15, and when the first team that gets to 8, that will be considered halftime of set 5, and then we will go until someone scores 15. We'll take a break. We'll take a breather. Do whatever you need to do. Stretch those legs, stretch those arms, stretch that back. Whatever you need to do, take a breather. We'll be back with more here at the Keating Center after this. Set 5 action getting ready to begin here at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. Chris Rouse on the call here from the Keating Sports Center, where the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Mount Union Raiders are getting ready to begin set 5. This is our first of 3 matches to be played today at the Keating Center. The Mount Union Raiders will take on the North Central College Cardinals in game 2 of the day, match 2 of the day. And then in match 3, the finale at 5:30 p.m. approximately, it will be Illinois Tech versus North Central to close out the day. But here in match 1, we need to decide who gets the W here. And through 4 sets, we're tied at 2 apiece.
I know I can't change it, but
Illinois Tech won set 1, 25-17. Mount Union won set 2, 25-22. Illinois Tech won set 3, 25-19. And then Mount Union fired back with their 25-17 win of their own in the fourth set to force this fifth and deciding set. Now remember, once a team gets to 8, the two teams will switch benches just like they've been doing all match in between sets. So once we get to 8, that'll be sort of halftime for set 5. And then after the, quote, halftime of set 5, it'll be first to 15, win by 2. And then our match will conclude when somebody does just that, get to 15 and make it either 15-13 or 16-14, 17-15. You catch my drift. We'll keep it going here from the Keating Sports Center until somebody walks away with a 2-point win. Official Mallory Roberts pointing out the Illinois Tech roster, as you can see on your screen, trying to see if they have the right amount of players. This matchup has had a few controversial swings in momentum. Remember in that third set, Mount Union actually had what should have been a 9-6 advantage. But after an argument from Elijah Johnson of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks to the officials and then a officials conference, Illinois Tech able to swing the argument and get the point. And then in set 4, Illinois Tech had a bit of a rally, but Jelani Komodo served out of turn, or was getting ready to serve out of turn, and that allowed Mount Union to gain the point and control the ball until the closure of set 4. Point to Illinois Tech, makes it 1-0. Elijah Johnson to serve. Gets it over clean. Middle of the floor, it looked like that hit Van Ingen's shoulder, and it did. Good hit by Jack McClure. We're tied at 1 here in set 5. Pretty good atmosphere here on this early part of the Saturday afternoon at the Keating Sports Center. But we'll be here all afternoon until we get through our triangle. Kaiser on the serve. Van Ingen blocked at the net. And then it goes under, point to Mount Union. Good job by Camden Weig. Sort of just backed out of the way, let the ball fall harmlessly to the floor. Kaiser served it over clean. Late set it high into the air. Evans on the hit. In again for Brian Evans, the junior out of Spokane, Washington. Has had a few hits that have just been inside the line, but they resulted in points for the Scarlet Hawks. Cooper. Middle of the floor. Oh, just a mishit there by McClure. Can't even call that a miscommunication. The pass was perfectly to McClure. He sort of just couldn't decide which hand he wanted to hit the ball with. And now Illinois Tech gets the point. Every point key in this fifth set. Singer and the kill. David Singer with a hard rifle of a spike. Right off the shoulder of the Mount Union back line. The Mount Union Purple Raiders looking to respond. They almost did. Cooper with a nice catch, nice hit on the ball, just sliding past me here at the table. Outside hit opportunity, blocked away. Johnson towards the bench. Cooper sends it over. Weig with a kill. Great read by Camden Weig as he was sitting right in the middle of the floor. Spiked it perfectly back down in front of Cooper to get the kill. 4-3 Scarlet Hawks. Fans continuing to file into the Keating Center throughout the day. Outside hit for Henderson. And we're waiting on the signal to point to Illinois Tech. That was a lengthy delay in between naming the points. And Matt Mihelic is upset again. We saw this earlier. We mentioned this earlier in set 3. And Matt Mihalik, he's been upset really since that third set with that swing point. And now Illinois Tech to serve with Van Ingen. That was a lengthy delay on the announcement of who got the point there. Outside hit, and the point on the block. Komodo with the block. Komodo was visibly frustrated with himself after serving out of turn in the last set for Illinois Tech. And he's fired up now after he gets the point to make it 6-3. 2 points till halftime. Van Ingen serves right in the net. The Mount Union Purple Raiders out of Alliance, Ohio, made the trip here to Chicago, Illinois. They'll also meet North Central College, the Cardinals out of Naperville, Illinois. Singer to Johnson. Cooper, that soft tap right into the hands of Jacob Nussdorfer. He literally caught it under the net in stride and flung it back to the next server, Aaron Armour. Outside hit for Henderson. Point to the Scarlet Hawks. 7-5. Henderson. Blocked at the net by Komodo and Johnson, the fired up Eli Johnson. You see him jumping around, making noise on the floor. Set 5 halftime. We will take a quick breather while the two teams switch benches. And on the other side of this break, we will go until we get a winner. 8-5 Illinois Tech. Set 5 continues after this. The teams have successfully switched benches. Paul Henderson is ready. Set 5 continues. Middle of the floor for Mount Union. Nussdorfer blocked. Deflected backwards. Johnson to Singer, just over the net. Outside hit for Mount Union. Right into the hands of Bouse for the kill from Jack McClure. As Mount Union fans starting to be a little bit more vocal here as we get closer to the winning point, the match point here in set 5. Jonathan Owen, over clean. Komodo. Long run here for Mount Union. Johnson sends it over to Heaney. Outside hit. And a violation, point to Illinois Tech. 9-6 Illinois Tech. Owen out for Mount Union. Middle of the floor hit for Mount Union, blocked at the net by Komodo. Outside hit for Nussdorfer, off of Singer. Deflected into the seats, makes it 9-7. The intensity continues to rise. Fun atmosphere here in set 5 at the Keating Center. Nussdorfer over. Outside hit for Cooper. Kozolak on the reception. Blocked at the top of the net by Johnson and Komodo. McClure will try again off Johnson. Johnson to Cooper. And a kill for Grant Cooper, who comes through to make it 10-7 Scarlet Hawks. The senior out of Laguna Niguel, California, has given the Scarlet Hawks a 3-point advantage. Mount Union will take a timeout. 10-7 Illinois Tech with the lead here in set 5. First to 15, win by 2. This Illinois Tech team, as I mentioned earlier, looking to bounce back from their loss earlier in the week at the hands of St. Xavier here at the Keating Center on Tuesday, and then a loss on Thursday against Benedictine. They lost 3-1 against St. Xavier Tuesday, lost 3-2 against Benedictine on Thursday, and then after this for Illinois Tech, they'll be right back here at the Keating Center, obviously later tonight for North Central College, and then on Tuesday they'll take on the Lakeland Muskies at 6 p.m., and we'll have all of that for you right here at the Keating Sports Center on Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks Athletics on YouTube. Scarlet Hawks 3-9 so far this season. 0-1 in conference play. That one occurring against Benedictine on Thursday, as we mentioned, the 3-2 loss to open conference play. Mount Union 5-3. And right now, Eli Sherman in to serve, the junior out of Palatine, Illinois. Cooper at the top of the net. Didn't touch it on the second hit, and the point to the Scarlet Hawks. 11-7 Scarlet Hawks. The Illinois Tech faithful starting to feel it more and more. Their team could be walking out of here with a win in their first match of the day. But Eli Sherman serves it right into the net on the air. Jack McClure to serve. Over the net for McClure. Kept alive by the Scarlet Hawks. Van Ingen on the punch over. Blocked by Cooper at the net. Ball just over the net. Late. Outside for Cooper on the hit. Didn't clear the extender. Point to Mount Union. Over the net, but not over the extender. Makes it 11-9. McClure. Middle of the floor for Van Ingen. Blocked, and he almost, I'm pretty sure that's a 4. I'm going to say he hit it 4 times on Illinois Tech. So Van Ingen didn't even get it over. He hit it into the net, and now 11-10 the score. Illinois Tech by 1 as it continues to get late here in set 5. We'll take one more breather as we get closer to the conclusion here at the Keating Center. Set 5 continues. Mount Union currently controlling the serve, trailing 11-10 at the hands of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. The Purple Raiders choose Jack McClure to serve here. The hit. Out. Point to Illinois Tech. 12-10 Scarlet Hawks. Elijah Johnson. The serve, an ace for Elijah Johnson. 13-10, and what a time for the Scarlet Hawks to get an ace. Trying to conclude the match. Into the air. Outside hit from Armour. Johnson to Cooper, and the point. Heaney had the opportunity to block it, but when he blocked it, it went out of play. Mount Union will use their final time out of the match. They trail it 14-10. Coach Matt Mihelic having some words here with his staff. And also with his roster as they sit down here to my right at the table. They trail by 4. And it'll be interesting to see if they can rally this off here. It's not out of the realm of possibility, however. Just need to get it really need to just get level here if they can rip off 14 straight points. Excuse me, 4 straight points to tie us at 14. They really got a shot here. At least then you have the room for at least one side out if you can get level at 14 apiece. For Mount Union today, Jack McClure leads the team with 18 kills. Meanwhile, for Illinois Tech, Jackson Van Ingen and Paul Henderson, both with 13 apiece. Eli Johnson to serve. 1 ace, 1 service error for Johnson today. We just saw the ace not too long ago. And he almost finished it with his second. Johnson keeps it alive. I don't think it cleared the extender, and that's it. The ball did not make it back over the extender, and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks win it 3-2 over the Mount Union Raiders. They win it 25-17 in set 1. They gave up set 2, 25-22. Got it back in set 3, 25-19. Lost set 4, 25-17. And then they close it out with a 15-10 victory in set 5. We are just getting started today here at the Keating Center. We'll be back with more men's volleyball on the Illinois Tech Athletics YouTube live channel. Remember, at approximately 3 p.m. first serve, the same Mount Union Purple Raiders you just saw will take on the North Central Cardinals. And then at approximately 5:30 p.m., the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks will take on the North Central Cardinals. It'll be Cardinals and Purple Raiders coming up next, approximately 45 minutes here on the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks Athletics YouTube Live. I'm Chris Rouse. This has been Game 1 from the Keating Center. So long for now. We'll see you for Game 2 later in the day.